It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we'll see Bijan Robinson, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Falcons and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. Now, they come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game.
In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Now they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On the counter, it's Walker. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
As always, no rooting interest here. But that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Falcons hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it. There he goes, right side. Big strides, look at him go. Inside the 10, and all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Love. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Walker now on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. To pass, here's Jordan Love. This will be caught downfield by Marshall. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Working out of the gun, Love. And that is incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. Down right around the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Third and 8. Here's Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offensive coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Love looking to throw it. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
To throw now. Here's Love. He's got a man. Complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to throw. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Still shedding tackles. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back to throw now on first down. That completes it again to Metcalf. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Coup now for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They give him a gain of 38.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Throwing. Love. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Robinson, touchdown Falcons. A try here for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will tie us at 24-all. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. 2nd half kickoff ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And able to get this out to the 25. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry together, and it's been on full display throughout the contest. Love, they go play action now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. On play action, Love to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Handoff now to Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And they're going to speed things up here. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Off the play fake, Love. Thomas brings it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Robinson on a give right side. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a 2nd and 10. Robinson with another carry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And quickly they get to the line. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown Atlanta. Bijan Robinson. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Point after try forthcoming. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he gets this up past the 40. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the interception, Love being chased out left. This is Smith with a grab. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Hardy set to return. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? How do they score here, especially a touchdown? It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd down, back to Fournette. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running left, it's Fournette. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 91 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. He completes this to Walker. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Second and 13. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Setting up the screen here. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 58 yards. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And Love is going to slide down and pick up the 1st. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of this.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Derek Hall, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Working out of the gun, Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Love from the gun. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
Fournette fighting through, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be getting...
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Brian Thomas
There to make the grab.
And the Falcons are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, I can't ask for a better 1st quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw again.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
140 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because